What role does the G-pawn play in h3 attacks? Have you ever wondered how the G-pawn impacts h3 attacks in chess? This topic is fascinating and can really change the dynamics of your game. Let's break it down. In chess, the G-pawn and the h3 pawn are key players in the Kingside structure. Their movements can shape the entire game. When we talk about h3 attacks, it is vital to see how the G-pawn fits into this strategy. First, let's discuss pawn structure. The pawns in front of the king, including the G-pawn and h-pawn, create a defensive barrier. Moving these pawns can either create weaknesses or open up opportunities for an attack. Now, when you play h3, it serves a couple of purposes. One main reason is to prevent a bishop from pinning a knight on g4. However, this move can also weaken the kingside by making it a potential target for a pawn storm or a piece sacrifice. So what about the g-pawn? It can move to g3 or g4. If you choose g3, it supports the f-pawn and sets up for possible kingside attacks. On the other hand, moving to g4 can challenge black's control of the center and open lines for your pieces. When white plays h3, the g-pawn can be moved to g4 to challenge black's bishop on g4. This forces the bishop to move and can create weaknesses on the kingside. It also opens lines for your pieces to become more active. However, moving the g-pawn can also create weaknesses. For instance, if you move to g3 without proper support, it can weaken the kingside. So, it is important to coordinate the g-pawn's movement with other strategic goals like controlling the center and developing pieces. In practical terms, if black plays h6 followed by g5, white can respond with h3 and g4. This challenges black's control of the kingside and creates attacking chances. Conversely, if white plays h3 and g3, black might target these pawns to launch a kingside attack. Understanding how the g-pawn interacts with h3 attacks is essential for exploiting weak squares. It is all about balancing the need to challenge black's pieces while being mindful of the weaknesses that can arise. By mastering this, you can significantly improve your game and create more opportunities for success.